Greetings everyone. So today I want to talk about where should you start if you plan on having a smart home. If you don't have any smart home set up right now, I'm going to tell you what's the best way to start it based on my experience. Okay, so if you're watching this video, you are planning to start a smart home setup. And if you're living on a budget and you can't get everything all at once, I'm going to tell you where to start and then you can work your way up to getting your smart home the way you want it to be. First off, you're going to need a smart home assistant because you want to use your voice to control these smart home devices. So that's what you're going to need first. And any one of those you choose is really up to what you're trying to do. You're going to get more out of Amazon versus Google. And even though you have Siri out there that can do some smart home features too, it's not as flexible and versatile as Amazon and Google. As a matter of fact, Amazon is the most compatible, versatile one out there. So that's the reason why I choose the Amazon voice assistant versus Google. So that's going to be your difference between Amazon and Google, is how much complex you want to get with your smart home setup. So there you go. Like I said, Amazon is more versatile. You're going to have a lot more things that work with that voice assistant versus Google voice assistant. Now, when it comes to cost of those voice assistant, both Amazon and Google has a low price one and they got a higher price one. So you can choose. But Amazon has a whole lot more choice of voice assistant devices that you can choose from versus Google. Now, after you choose your voice assistant, now you got to choose the devices that you want to be controlled by that voice assistant. So you got lights, you got sensors, you got door locks. There's so much things that you can choose from. You just have to look to see what are you trying to control and then look to see if there's something that you can connect to that voice assistant so you can control them by just using your voice. Okay, so the first devices you want to start working with your smart home setup is lights. That's where I would start first. You know, the lights that you're trying to control outside your home and inside your home, go with the lights first. Now, there's a variety of different lights that you can choose from. You got the hub connected lights and then you got the lights that just connect to your Wi-Fi. Now, I have a mixture of bulbs. I got some Wi-Fi connected bulbs and I have some hub connected bulbs. Now, I haven't seen any performance difference in the hub connected bulb and the Wi-Fi connected bulb. So either route you go will be fine. Now, I'm using the Philips bulbs. I got the Philips Whiz bulb and I got the Philips Hue bulbs. The Hue bulbs are hub connected, in case you didn't know that, and the Whiz bulbs are the ones that connect straight to the Wi-Fi. Now, out of those two bulbs right there, I still would go with the Philips Hue, even though they're more expensive than the Whiz bulb. And the reason why I go with the Philips Hue is you can buy an external switch and control the lights manually if you don't want to use your voice assistant. Or if your voice assistant is just acting up, your internet is down, whatever the case may be. So I basically went with the Hue because I want an external backup system to still control the lights beyond using the voice assistant. But if that's not really a requirement for you, then you can go with the Whiz bulb. You just have to use your voice or the app to control those bulbs. So you do have some choices with your lighting. So you can go with the more expensive or you can go with the less expensive. You choose what's within your budget. So go through your home first and find out where you want to put these bulbs. Do you want to put them in your bedroom? Do you want to put them in your closet? What about the kitchen and the bathroom? Choose where you want to put these bulbs, count them up, see how much they're going to cost, and start at that point. And if you decide you want to also put some LED strips in, make sure you count those in. LED strips can go behind your TV, they can go on the counters, and various places in your home to add accent light. And if you can't afford all the bulbs at one time, like I said, start with one area and just work your way back. You might want to start off with the outside lights because those you can remotely control. You know, if you're not home or if you're coming home late at night, at least you can remotely turn the light on by using the app or even the voice assistant that's built into your phone. And then you can place other lights within your home wherever you want them to be. Now, there's areas in your home that you might not want to put smart lights. For instance, I have no smart lights in my bathrooms. And in the kitchen, I have regular light, but I do have one smart light over the kitchen sink. And the only reason that smart light is in the kitchen because it's connected to a motion sensor So when I walk into the kitchen at night, I can have some type of lighting where I'm not walking in the dark searching for the light switch. So those are the two main areas that I don't have smart lights in. In the living room is great because you can dim the lights while you're watching TV. I recommend color changing bulbs so you can set the mood in a way, you know, just dim the lights down to a certain color to make it look real nice. In the bedroom, you can go with the color changing smart bulbs, or you can go with the regular smart white bulbs. If you go with the smart white bulbs, you can change the different temperature. So you can have a warm white or you can have a bright white. It's all up to you. And if you go with the color in the bedroom, then you know you can set the mood and the different coloring and stuff like that to your liking. In the dining room, you can go with the smart color changing bulbs, or you can go with the smart white bulbs. That way you can dim the lights down if you want to have a nice romantic style dinner. And if you go with the color changing bulbs, then you can change them to red or blue to make it even more romantic. So you got a wide variety of bulbs that you can choose from. And these bulbs, they do different things. There's modes that you can put them in: party mode, Christmas mode, let them flicker like a candle. There's so much things you can do depending on what kind of bulb you choose to get. And they have these new LED strips. You know, the regular LED strips, they all change the same color at one time. So they'll be red and blue, but there's no way to vary the color. But they have these new LED light strips that can be different colors on the same strip. So you can have part of it blue, part of it red, and part of it green, instead of them all being the same color, like for instance, red. So the choice of lighting is really up to you and how far you want to take it. So if you're trying to set up a smart home setup, I'm not going to try to cram everything in one video because I want you to focus on one thing at a time. And then in the next chapter, I will tell you what steps to take next to set up your smart home to get it to where you want it to be. So far, I am taking it down the road that I took. The smart home assistant came first, and then I started working on my lighting. So make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll be notified when I make the next chapter in the smart home setup, if that's what you're trying to do. Okay, so have a good one, and I look forward to seeing you next time.